My opinion on the Cowboys running back situation doesn't differ from probably any fan out there. We don't have enough talent and we need more. Where I may differ from a lot of people is that I think even though Jerry Jones has come out and kind of played dumb, whether or not you think he really is, but played dumb and, said that we don't need more at that position. He doesn't think that that's even something that the organization is thinking about. I actually think he's bluffing. He's done this many, many times in the past. Yes, sometimes him and his son are not the smartest. Him and Steven do make mistakes. But I think in this situation, he is bluffing. And I think that if it continues to play out the way that it is right now and just glaringly shows that we do not have enough at the running back position, I do think that they'll make a move. Now, will it be a move that we're all happy with? Will it be a move that actually moves the needle and gives us an advantage at that position opposed to a disadvantage, which is what we have right now? Not so sure about that. And the problem is, the bad teams that are looking to sell and get draft picks for the future don't really know they're bad yet. There are a few. You have the Giants, you have the Panthers, you have teams like that they know they're bad. But for the most part, you're not going to get the whole group of teams that have accepted that they're bad and that this season is gone until a little later, until a little closer to that November deadline. So at least another 2-3 weeks, at least in my opinion, before those teams really fully accept it and say, okay, we're going to start selling off some assets and pick up draft picks for the future. So I think we're kind of stuck with what we have right now. I understand they don't want to use that move up for Dalvin Cook because you only get 3, but you might as well at this point. Why not check it out and see what you have? Throw him out there. I don't think that he has a whole lot more than Dowdle or Zeke for that matter, but you know what? He might have a little more juice. He's got the power, so you're not going to lose the power when you take, if you were to replace Zeke with Dalvin Cook. And maybe he does have a little bit more. I mean, anything would be better than nothing at this point. So I know it's only been 2 weeks, but today will go a long way. Unfortunately, even if we win the game, I think today is going to show that we just don't have enough and we need more. And I'm hoping we can escape with a win against, it's an 0-2 Ravens team that is not your typical 0-2. I think we all can agree on that. They have their own flaws, but they're not a team coming in that you think you're going to be able to pick on. And they know how to run the ball. At least historically they do. Their season hasn't been great so far. Been a little choppy, but they're watching that tape from last week and you know that they're telling each other and those coaches are telling the team, we're going to run the ball. And when we're done running the ball, we're going to run it some more. They're going to make us have to prove that we can stop the run. That's a whole nother story. But as far as us running the ball, we're going to need to be aggressive and we cannot just abandon it. But it's tough to say that. And it's tough to actually do that when you get, Next Gen Stats, for example. I have that right in front of me. Next Gen Stats said we are 31st out of 32 teams. As far as how the blocking was set up, we should have picked up about an average of 5.3 yards per carry. So they're saying that our offensive line has done a decent job. Doesn't always look that way, but on average, our running back should be getting over 5 yards a carry, and they're actually getting 3.7. And that does show. Watching the game with my friend and my some family, I have several times noticed in the games, and we talk about it, you see a hole open up, and you're like, oh, wow, that could be at least a good 5-10 yard chunk. I know we don't have the breakaway speed at the position, but you should at least get the 5 to 10 yards. We end up with 2, 3. The running back either just doesn't put their foot in the ground and hit the hole the way they should, they're dancing a little bit too much, or they just don't quite get through that hole with that explosiveness that we need. They're getting tackled with, a one-arm tackle across the bottom of their legs and getting kind of like swept up under, and they're down, and you're thinking, man, not too long ago, we remember those runs. I mean, not only were you going to get the first down, but you may make another move, and your running back was, for example, Zeke in his prime. He was heading all the way, and Pollard was going to the house sometimes in those plays, and instead we're getting 2, 3, 4 yard runs. So it's definitely tough. But yeah, I just wanted to hit on that really quick. And I just wanted to say, yeah, I do think Jerry's bluffing. I think he wants the words that he's saying to be true, but I think he knows they're not. And he has done this. And then all of a sudden we make a move. I just don't know that the move will be anything that we're all excited about. But we got to do something. We don't have enough. And at this point, if you don't make a move somewhere on the offense, at receiver, running back, I'd love both. But at least at one, if you don't even make any type of move, then you are showing all of your fans the truth, and that when you said all in, you obviously didn't mean it, and you're not really that worried about competing this year. So I hope that he can prove us all wrong, and I hope that he can move the needle a little bit, and because the team does have talent. I don't want to just throw this season away. So hopefully we can pull something off today, and in the future weeks, maybe we can make a move and strengthen that offense. All right, Cowboys Nation, have a great day, and hey, let's go Cowboys.